Oh boy, we have a lot to talk about today. I'm pumped. Let's do it. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? We're going to do a couple things. I wanted to mention about the Guaranteed Champion today. I got a lot of questions on stream about it yesterday, so I figured I would talk about that this morning. We're also going to talk about the Soulstone event, and I'm going to pull my Soulstones. I'm going to explain to you why, in case you want my opinion there. So let's jump right in. First off, we have our Guaranteed Champion event over here. Will I be pulling for Inquisitor Shamael? No, because I have Inquisitor Shamael. However, if you do not have Inquisitor Shamael, then you should probably be pulling for him, okay? I have 3 built. I was just making sure how many I had built because I wasn't 100% sure. But I have 3 different versions built, and now I've started empowering them. If I had a lot of extra voids, I would actually pull some voids just to get another dupe for the empowerment. But I haven't been using him much lately. I've been exploring other types of teams for Hydra, which is going to be his main purpose. Now, he can actually help you out in Faction Wars. I've done Faction War takeovers for Sacred Order where we've used 2 copies of him in the team in order to clear the faction, and that would be as the main damage dealers. There's many different ways to build Inquisitor Shamael, and his builds have really changed over time. These are the builds that I have here today that are in use on my account. Apparently we need a an accessory here, so let's just go ahead and add one in. This one seems perfectly great. Now, I do really like him in Provoke, and he can be made with whatever type of Provoke gear that you want, but preferably with crit stats and in Provoke is a nice build. I've used that a ton. I don't know why this is labeled as 2. I should label this like support or something so I get understanding of which one is which. And then this one is not the defense one. This is the attack one. So we wanna post that. And then this one is the one that I use when I'm trying to gear him in a more friendly way for a video. He's slower. He has some crit damage. Also, you'll notice a little bit of resistance here, which is nice. If you can build resistance on him, you can also put a ring on him or some type of blood shield accessory, and he can be your mischief tank, sort of. Okay, my favorite build for him right now is going to be basically maximum damage. Okay, just like pile on the crit damage. As long as he's in a team where you're getting a bunch of buffs, this ability is going to ignore 100% of the target's defense. So you don't need things like Cruel or Savage. I mean, it's nice for the A1, but really the most of your damage is coming from this A2. Okay, especially if you do this on the exposed necks, he can smack for insane numbers. Okay, and I do love the fact that he can just stack damage and doesn't need Savage or anything like that. So, is he worth it? Yes, definitely. Okay, let's hop over to the Hydra screen. I'm going to show you a very common setup with him that you'll be able to apply on your account. If you have the ability to get him today fairly easily, I would say go for it. If you don't have one and you're sitting on some void shards, I know it's not for the fusion. I know it's not for a 2x, but guaranteeing yourself to get Shamael, especially if you're not 1-keying all the difficulties in Hydra yet, he's going to be insanely helpful. He's like a cheat code. So I definitely recommend pulling for him if that's within reason. Later today, I'm going to put out a video, probably a couple hours after this goes live. I'll be streaming when the other video comes out, and that video will be covering the pack offers, what you should be looking for, so I can help you out with that side of things as well. I don't think I have time to fit that all in one video, so I'm going to do 2 today. Over here on the Hydra screen, we're going to talk about what you want in order to make this team work. All right, so here's just like a really basic thing that we can use this structure for in our teams. And this is like a really common team that's easy for hard or brutal. Obviously, it would be good on normal, and typically you need a little bit more survivability for nightmare. But if you replace Kaja with somebody like Duchess or a better reviver, you might be able to use this team structure on nightmare as well. It just depends, okay? And so the idea here is that we are boosting our team. It's a speed team, okay? Shamael is going to boost Nikmo, and Nikmo is going to boost the rest of the team. He's going to do increased speed on your team, decreased speed on the Hydra, and then we have a reviver, we have HP burn and decrease attack, we have block buffs and decrease defense, and then we have a damage dealer that's going to go along with Artak. All of this works together very well to get good damage on these Hydra difficulties. Yes, you can replace any of these spots, okay? The main thing is Shamael boosting a booster. So, other options would be Mashald. Mashald is going to be a great option that can be boosted here. His aura doesn't matter, but that's the champion that we want to boost. The other champion would be Estrid, and she does fit particularly well in this team. Your reviver can be literally whoever. I would say probably the best version of a reviver for this team is going to be Molly. I highly recommend Molly. She will just shock and impress you, okay? And she does help out with the provokes here. If you don't have Molly and you have a different reviver in this team, try putting someone else in provoke. We do have Shamael in provoke, but anybody else we can get in provoke would be great. Ugo is a great champion to put in either provoke or hex or tons of other sets. You could do Affinity Breaker like I've been trying out. You can do Guardian set to help keep your team alive. She's just so flexible. Her gear doesn't really matter, so you can do whatever you want with it. And this team really showcases the power of Shamael. He keeps your team going so quickly. Now, against rotations where your Fearhead is in reserve, you do have to make sure you have good damage and team composition so you can kill heads in order to get to the Fearhead. If you don't have the ability to kill heads that quickly, then you would probably want to remove him for another damage dealer. Another damage dealer could be somebody even just like Mithrala, okay? That's going to give you your cursed ability. It's going to give you your hex without having to put somebody in a hex set. So that would be an alternate version of the team for when the Fearhead is in reserve. If you need it. I personally just like running Shamael in there all the time because he's such a strong DPS. You're going to get a lot of damage out of him. So yes, I do recommend pulling for Shamael, and those are the reasons why. I think he is extremely good, and I think that he can do a great job for you. Okay, now let's hop over and talk about the Soulstone stuff. So we're about 9 minutes in. Maybe if somebody wants to timestamp that in the comments below. Let's start talking about Soulstones. Before we start talking about Soulstones, let me remind you that there are two main ways to get Soulstones in the game. Besides winning them in tournaments and events or purchasing them outright, your only options is do Hydra, which coincidentally works well with the Shamael plan. And number 2, do Iron Twins. Now, I do have a specific video out on Iron Twins, and it's fire, but it didn't really get a lot of the attention that it deserved. There are 5 or 6 different strategies in that video. One of them is this team, the all-in damage team, which is much more viable now than it was in the past. If you're still using an old double block damage Painkeeper team, it's time to update it because you're so much more survivable now. The Iron Twins does way less damage, and you should just be farming this frequently. Do we want Plarium to update the rewards? Yes, we do. Is it bad value? Yes, it is. However, it's the only place in the game where you can get these rewards. It's the only place. So you can farm here with your keys. Whether you want to use gems or not, that's your business. On the days when I remember to do Iron Twins, I do use gems. I also am a content creator, and I kind of need these rewards to make these videos. So most people don't spend the gems. However, I do think it's a good idea if you have that available. If you're 100% free to play, don't spend the gems. Except on the weekend when it's the void, then spend the gems at that time. I still think using some energy, once you have Lydia about that time, using energy all the time on Iron Twins is a good idea. Before that, I would probably make a decision based on how much energy you have, what's going on in the game, and the status of your account. Because progressing your account with Iron Twins is very slow, and so typically you want that incremental advantage after you've spent all of your resources on your faction war teams and gotten your Lydia. I've mentioned getting Lydia to so many people. She is such a high priority. She's freaking amazing. Okay, I'm going to run the rest of my keys today so we have the most amount of resources possible for our Soulstones. And then tomorrow I'll pull a little bit more Soulstones because that will be Hydra reset and we'll get all of the rewards from Hydra, which are pretty mediocre as well. But you do get, some little Soulstones from Hydra. I really think there should be immortals, especially for Nightmare, but Plarium has yet to change that either. So I'm going to go do this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, sweet. Let's pull some Soulstones, my dudes. Let's get it. So we want to think about who is on our wish list. Okay? This is so unfortunate. We were so close. We were so... Oh my goodness. I might just wait. Let me go. Is there another way that I could get more of the small coins? Jeez. I might as well throw this in here in the video. Let's just see what we get out of our clan boss chest. I couldn't wait. I needed to know. Okay, let's see here. Nothing. And yes, a void shard. Let's get a sacred here. Okay, I'll take the void shard. Okay, not the best, but still okay. Now I'm gonna go search Curse City for some small coins and see if I can find my way to victory. There are some down here. And see if we can get any more Soulstones here. This is another possible way to actually get Soulstones. Is over here in Curse City. I suppose I'm on normal. We could take a look at where I'm at on hard. The Curse City is about to rotate. And I have completed probably as much as I'm going to get done. I just take the ones that don't take that much time and then go from there. S13. Maybe I should actually spend some time and see if I could beat some of these things. But I honestly, it's just so much time to do some of these stages. So I don't think I see anything here, but I'm going to take another look. Okay, perfect. So we got 500 coins here. We actually got some decent accessories, gear, whatnot. This is from normal. I will definitely take that. I know I should be doing more Curse City. I think one of the reasons why I don't like it is because you have to click on each individual stage, which I know is supposed to be a bonus. I just don't like that. Like with Doom Tower, you just go through and go to the next stage. But anyway, I should probably do it more. I just don't feel like the rewards are good enough. Maybe I'm wrong, though. But either way, we got enough to come over here and get this. Wait, what happened? I thought we were at 19. I'm so confused with my life. Did Soulstones just disappear? Or am I making stuff up on my account here? Either way, make sure you update your wish list. For me, I would love a bigger soul for Varl. I need some souls for Teox. I would love a soul for Lysandra. And then we're getting into some just like fun stuff down here with epics and rares. If you don't have like the epics that you're using most of the time, you should probably start with your Hydra epics. Shamael is a great one to put in there, and Ugo, etc. But for me, let's just go ahead and do a 10 pull, and then we'll see if we can sell stuff. I'd love to get up to 10 Immortal Soulstones, because the purchases today are very not good. But I do like this Awakening boost. I think it's a good time to be pulling. So I will be pulling Soulstones and Shards on stream today. I'd love to pull for you, or you can hang out and watch me pull for others. So come on out to the stream today in a little bit and hang out. We'll be selling 100% of those, so that sounds good to me. Okay, so I got enough to get a second Eternal Soulstone. There's no boost from those, but you do get a lot of points on the tournament for them, so I'm probably going to pull them today. I guess we're going one by one here. I don't really want to do that, but I don't really have another choice. So we're going to go one by one, and then tomorrow after Hydra reset, then I'll probably go from there. Lysair. Interesting. I might keep that. I actually think that guy is decent. The rare from the fusion. That's another good reason to pull. 5-star Morag. Boom. Love it. Now, my Morag is +4, so this is going to be a huge boost to her if I ever start caring about that stage. And then what we want to do is remove her from the wish list. Who do we want to put on the wish list, you say? That's a very good question. I think who I am going to put on the wish list is the Dark Elf, because I eventually want to make a video on him, Dirindil. So I'm going to put him on there. And now let's pull the rest of the Immortals. Hopefully, yeah, here we go. Ooh, a 3-star Bivald. I just don't like him. And I don't know why. I think it's just because his provoke is 1 turn. Ilsinia, I don't use her because her block buffs is not 100%. It's a shame. Okay, a mythical. 4-star Calamitous. Are any of those boosts? Okay, that's a 1-star increase to Calamitous, who I don't really use that often. But if you don't have Michinaki and you're not going for the fusion and you happen to have Calamitous, he is good. I guess we'll put this on Bivald. Maybe that would help me to use him more. I don't think so. Yeah, I suppose. What if I need her for something sometime later down the road, I guess. At this current time, we're not going to use it for anything, but, you know, whatever. Let's sell this. It's not going to give us a lot of coins. We do have enough to buy another Immortal, and this is how I do it. I just loop it like this. Does anybody else like this? I just loop it. Okay, Berserker, I'm not going to do that. No. And then I'll just go through my soul collection and be like, should I do that? Should I do that? Probably the answer is no, but also probably the answer is yes. Should I do that? Should I do that? None of those things are really going to do anything for me. I suppose if I sold the Geralt, I already do have a soul on the Geralt. I could do like that and that. That's not really going to do anything. The Vizier I don't really need. That's not going to get me anywhere, so I end up not selling it. So anyway, we have 2 Eternals to finish the video here. Please, please. Okay, I would love Sulfurion also would be sick. Somebody from the wish list, please. Legendary from the wish list, okay? Oh, okay. We were actually just talking about Gwendolyn the other day. yesterday, literally yesterday, we used her in a Nightmare Hydra team that actually had no business being in Nightmare, and we got over 100 million damage out of it, so it turned out really well. I think I want to do a video on her, so I might do that. I've also been wanting to do a couple other in-depth guides on champions who I think are really good, and she's one of them. So that's great, and I don't think I had a soul for her, so that's really, really huge. Number 2, from the wish list, 1 Teox. No, come on now. 5-star Tomui. I don't anticipate myself using her for anything. So I could do that. I probably will eventually. If I did that, and that'd be 400 and would get me to 800. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it, because then I'd have to sell something else that I don't want to. Like my Androck. Actually, this guy's pretty bad. That's not enough, though, is it? That's not enough either. It's close, though. It's so close. Okay, well, that'll do it for me here today. Oh, wait, what tournament rewards did we get? Because that will give you a good idea of when you pull yours, what do you get? Okay, so we got all the way up here to the barrel. I'm definitely not winning this. There's apparently a 5-star perfect soul for Shamael. That's crazy. I did not know that was a thing. Anyway, this is some pretty nice rewards for just pulling the Soulstones that we have available. I do like doing that. I will pull a little bit more, so we'll probably get to this book. I'd love to get to the Chaos Ore. I don't care. This should be a mythical book. Why is that a legendary book? But either way, let me know what you think about all these events. What can I do to assist you? What information do you need? I'm going to go run some Spider while I'm editing this video. And as I said later, I will have a video on all of the packs. So come back later. We'll talk some purchases, and I will see you on stream. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.